This is the main galley, the main saloon. This is how you enter the boat, down these 4 steps, and you're in ground floor in the main saloon. This saloon has plenty of headroom. This door will take you to the aft of the boat and to the engine compartment. As you can see on the top there is an EPIRB and a handheld compass. Now as we go around the galley part, we will see all these lovely presses, the microwave, and this galley has 2 nice Lumar portholes to let in plenty of light. On the lower level under counter there's a fridge. This fridge is 220 volts, 12 volts or 24 volts. We have a 2-ring cooker with grill and oven and some storage underneath it. Then we have the kitchen presses, all double door presses, full size. Now as we look, as you can see, there's a handrail runs right around the boat. As I said before, this boat is full of handrails right around, right up to the hatch and on both sides of the hatch. Now we'll turn around now and we'll look forward in the boat. We were looking aft then, and that was the entrance from the cockpit. That is to the forward part, to the bow of the boat, to the forward hull, gangway, and to the loo, the head and showers. Now this is the settee, the chairs right around, they form a U shape around the cabin table. This cabin table is removed and this becomes a full-size double bed, even a little larger than a regular standard bed. Now to the right of them there is a little 2-seater. Not quite big enough for 2 adults, but it's very comfortable anyway, for 2 teenagers or something similar. Now above that is the starboard control panel. This is where the power is controlled for most of the navigational and most of the lights. Beside it here is the standard horizon radio and a central display unit for the ST60s. This will give you all the information that's displayed out on the binnacle outside. Now if I turn around a little more, this is the door. I'll step back a little bit to let you have a better look. This is the door to the pilot berth. Inside there are 2 berths, one quite large and the other just a standard size. Now we'll go into there later, but for the moment anyway, let's continue with the galley. As you can see, there are fire extinguishers around. Now this is the mast. The mast comes through. It is a keel mounted mast. It's covered with a nice decorative wood there. Save the coldness of the steel. Makes it. And as you can see again, yet again, more handrails. Almost everywhere you turn there's a handrail, and if you've travelled in heavy weather you know the handrails are probably the most important thing. And this post just doesn't have any real function except to hold another handrail. Now underneath all of these cushions are lockers. This particular one here has the life jackets in it. Some cooking utensils are held under these, for example the barbecuing, things like that. Some spare parts are carried under this one. Now also behind these cushions, I'll pull one cushion down and you can see there are more presses. These presses we hold spare parts for the engine, etc. Now and the underseat storage goes right around the entire table on that U-shape settee. Now there is also storage under this smaller chair and behind it. Similar to the other one, again we keep first aid boxes and emergency equipment here in case we have to evacuate the boat for any reason at all. Now, right in the middle of the saloon, there's a hatch in the floor. This gives access to the bilges. There is enormous storage space here. I'll open it up for a moment. Here we keep the grab box, sea survival suits, of which there are 4, floating cushions that are mandatory in some countries. They're all stored here. The bilge would be approximately 1.7 meters from the floor level. It goes down that far. Now, this also gives you access to the grey water tanks, the hot water tank, and some of the depth sounders are also found down here, and the speed log. Now, this is the hot air heating for the main saloon, and it's controlled by this thermostat here. So you can either have hot air when the heating's on or cold air the rest of the time. There is also just a standard stereo, which is nice, gives good music out when you have a station, or else you can put in a CD or connect your phone to it. Actually, it's Bluetooth. You'd have to ask the kids how to do that. Here we have just where we keep our glasses, and here essential supplies that nobody's allowed